All right, let's talk about why Bindi Irwin's latest Instagram post hit fans so hard. At first glance, it's just a casual family photo. Her husband Chandler, and their daughter Grace lying on the grass. Cute, right? But here's what I find fascinating. The comments are flooded with people saying the exact same thing. Beautiful family. Over and over. Why does this one image resonate so deeply? Let's unpack this. Personally, I think the answer lies in how desperately we crave authenticity in 2025. In an era where influencers stage entire vacations for likes, Bindi's photo feels refreshingly unfiltered. No extravagant backdrops, no forced poses, just three people enjoying a quiet moment. What makes this really interesting is how it contrasts with her public persona. We know her as a wildlife warrior, a grieving daughter carrying her dad's legacy, and someone who's battled chronic pain in the spotlight. Yet here, she's just a mom. And that vulnerability? It's disarming. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Why do fans keep commenting on the perfect family? On the surface, it's a sweet compliment. But dig deeper, and I think it's about projecting hope. Bindi's life isn't normal. She grew up on a zoo, married into a shared passion for conservation, and lost her dad tragically young. Yet she's built this stable, joyful unit with Chandler. If she can find normalcy in chaos, maybe we all can. That's powerful. Let's rewind to their love story for a second. They met when Chandler's family visited Australia Zoo in 2013. A decade later, they're still thriving. What stands out to me isn't just the longevity, it's how they've navigated life under scrutiny. Their pandemic wedding was intimate, not because they wanted to, but because they had to, yet they've turned that limitation into a strength. In my opinion, their relationship thrives because their foundation isn't fame or vanity, it's shared purpose. They're not just spouses, they're partners in protecting wildlife. That kind of alignment? Rare. Now Grace. At 5 years old, she's already a warrior in name and spirit. Bindi chose her middle names to honor Steve Irwin, but here's what I wonder. Is this a burden or a blueprint for Grace? We're seeing a new generation of legacy kids. Think Blue Ivy, Apollo Beckham, whose names scream expectation. But Grace isn't just a name. She's actively involved in conservation. Videos of her holding reptiles or cheering at Australia's zoo aren't staged. They're training her to take the reins. A detail I find fascinating. This mirrors how Bindi herself grew up. Steve and Terry didn't hide her from the wild. They immersed her in it. History repeating, but with a Gen Alpha twist. And then there's Bindi's health journey. She's been open about chronic pain for years, calling it inescapable. Yet in that photo, you'd never guess it. This raises a deeper question. How much do we overlook in the people we idolize? We celebrate their highs, but forget the lows fueling them. Bindi's ability to radiate joy despite her struggles isn't just inspiring. It's a masterclass in resilience. What many people don't realize is that her strength isn't innate. It's forged through daily battles we'll never see. So what's the bigger picture here? Bindi's family isn't just a feel-good story. They're a case study in balancing legacy, privacy, and purpose. In a world where celebrity families often feel like branding exercises, the Irwin Powells remind us that authenticity isn't about perfection. It's about honesty. And maybe, just maybe, that's why the internet collectively sighs every time she hits post. Because in their tiny grass-side moments, we see a version of ourselves we aspire to, flawed, trying, and fiercely loving. What do you think? Is this the new blueprint for modern families? Let's talk in the comments.